felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me for good. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 4 of the Owlet Tournament. We've got a great Stage 2 match on the line tonight between Rogue Dragons and Los Beefers to be both these teams rising forces in these divisions right now, and I'm really excited to see how this one shapes up. Joining me in the booth tonight is going to be my good friend Chinote. Chinote, how are you doing tonight?
Dude, I'm doing pretty great. I had a pretty easy week of work, which has allowed me to have a voice for the first time on a Friday night.
Yeah, finally getting to cast some Owlet matches. I can say from experience that it is a very enjoyable experience. Excited to have you here tonight. Let's talk a little bit about where these teams stand right now. Los Beefers coming off a close loss to Paradise Tempest just on this last Wednesday, losing that one unfortunately 2-3. To the giants of this league right now, and Rogue Dragons coming off a victory against your own team, the Crusaders. So why don't we talk a little bit about that? You've obviously got the insight of playing against Rogue Dragons. So what was your experience in the match against this team?
We did play against them last week. They did get the 3-0. They played very well as a team. A lot of coordination on their side, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with in our division here.
For sure, for sure. I also did, unfortunately, I ranked for a scrim last night, and we actually did play Rogue Dragons, so I am excited to see if they will run the same things they were running in the scrim. They did play a lot of Brawl, even on maps where it wasn't necessarily good, but they were very smart about how they were rotating, and they seemed to know the matchups against the comps that the team I was ringing for was running quite well. So I am really excited to see if we will see a repeat of that here in the actual match tonight. Of course, those Beefers, a team known for their sort of weird, different play style. They run a lot of weird compositions, such as their monkey ball dive. That is kind of their signature, and I'm really excited to see how that matches up against the brawl heavy lineup of Rogue Dragons. So we're going to be starting out here on Ilios, on Ruins, and I'm personally very excited for this. This is a map where a lot of things are viable. 6-man with that Somber Reaper Winston Diva is what I would consider to be the meta on this map, but we can see things like Double Bubble and Brawl as well, making it a very, very versatile map, and a map that is very interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what they come out with. And looking like they are going to be coming out with that Brawl that they ran a lot against us last week, but with a Genji question mark?
I would assume this is just a spawn pick. He's probably going to switch off this once the timer gets nearer to 0. But I do want to talk a little bit about the rock and roll we're seeing from the side of Los Beefers. We're going to see the Sigma ball composition, which isn't something we've seen very much of. As of late in pro play, but it is a composition that I still think is very underrated. However, running the Baptiste with it will pose some issues for them, as he's a very immobile, not very survivable target like the rest of the members.
That is true, and Fireblatt's going in right away, getting that quick roll, setting up behind them as Rogue Dragons moves forward, and Taylor gets the pick on Persona there.
Oh, Blue Jay almost off the map, actually. That was a really nice play there from Firebats, able to get the slam there. Halo there with the follow-up, and now they're just cleaning this up. I will say, this is going to be very hard for them to run a comp like this. With that ball with no Tracer, typically we see teams rely on the Tracer ball synergy to get picks, off the slams and such, but they're actually just opting for the Echo Ash, and it might make it a little bit hard for them to find follow-up of Firebats and slams.
Yeah, we saw the Ashe get the early pick there to start the engagement, and they were able to capitalize on that and get the team fight win. Rogue Dragons is pushing up now, approaching the point. Got the slam coming down, and the window comes out from Solar. But Blue Jay gets 2 quick kills, traded up by Wrath, who then falls to Fireblats. We got the charge into the back line by Ravage, but it is not effective.
Yeah, once again, another good slam there from Firebats. Is being really, really effective at catching these members of Rogue Dragons in rotation. Able to get the slam there, pop them up. Blue Jay there with the follow-up. Does fall. Of course, gets back in this fight very quickly. And now we are approaching 50% of the point, and the ult economy is still heavily in favor of Los Beefers to be. It's going to be really hard for this Brawl composition to dislodge them with their current resources.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of ultimates online. They are on the bridge now above the point. And here comes the mines from Firebats. They're able to get away from them, though. Doesn't look like it's very effective. Oh, and Karma takes out Harambe to cancel the Flux. Sport gets the res on Harambe, but the Rogue Dragons are falling here. Looks like another win for the Beavers to be.
Yeah, and they cycled their ults very well, only using 3 in that fight. They still have 3 more to spare, and Karma is very behind on this EMP. Only 73% to that ultimate, and there's 85% on the point. So this is going to be a last fight scenario, and they don't have their most effective ultimate.
Yeah, not a lot to work with here. Maybe he is able to farm it up before the bomb comes in over the point. Doesn't find anybody, but Ravage gets the kill on Harambe. Sport going for the res on the side of the cliff here. The high noon comes out, but it is canceled by Taylor, who kills Raph. Bomb comes out from the Beavers, doesn't get anything, and here comes that EMP. The Shatter does not connect with anyone. They're still on the point here, trying to flip it. Beavers are giving them the space. Looks like they might back off and come in for a recontest here. They have the entire team. Looks like they're going in with the ball. The mines come out once again. And there goes the pick starting to come in from Talos Ashe. And that looks like it's going to be the point here. And that is going to be a pretty easy first round for the Beefers.
Yeah, almost 100-0 there. There was a point capture for Rogue Dragons, but I don't really feel like that was a fight win for them, if I'm honest. I felt like that was pretty handily in favor of Los Beefers. I do talk about this a lot, though, when I cast. Control is not the best measure of a team's strength because there are so many different metas on each different point that it doesn't really align with the other 3 map types in terms of, what we're going to see from these teams. However, I do have to give credit where credit's due. Los Beefers being very proactive on that composition, doing a really nice job of stopping the engagements from the Brawl composition of Rogue Dragons, and right now they have firm control of the momentum in this game.
Exactly, and like you said, they didn't lose that team fight. They just backed off, waited for the spawns to come in, and then they went right back in to take the point back for them.
We are going to see the Pharah come out from Blue Jay here instead of the Echo, which I think is a little bit of a riskier pick just because Echo has much more pick potential. And it does require them to just play a little bit slower. But I think it is still a very effective pick for this map. A lot of vertical cover you can use, and a lot of damage coming through. Actually, Solar is going to fall immediately to Blue Jay.
Yeah, as you say that, Blue Jay gets the first pick, and the Beavers jump on that to get another 3-1 and send the D.Va off the map.
Blue Jay is 85% to his ult pretty much already. That is a very, very nice ultimate charge here. Pharah, of course, very effective against Brawl with all those members grouped up so nicely. It makes it really easy for her to just pump in that damage, and the rest of the members of Beefers doing a good job following up for that. Now we're going to see a bit of a switch here onto a double bubble composition. A little bit of a hybrid. We're going to see the McCree Sombra stick around, but they are going to switch over to Ana Brig and Winston D.Va. So I guess it's not double bubble, excuse me.
Yeah, and Rogue Dragons are coming up here, and that comes... Ooh, they canceled the very early Fire Barrage. Let's see if they can capitalize anything else here. Oh, and they do get Fire Bats. Now they have that 6v4 fight here, and are moving on to point. Ravage goes in and is able to push them off the point just enough to almost force the cap, but here comes the members, or Blue Jay back from spawn, getting a few picks. But it looks like the Rogue Dragon's still able to get the cap. Beaver's still fighting it out here, and Ravage pops the Deadeye, but gets killed once again. He's not managed to get a single Deadeye off so far this match.
I mean, Blue Jay is just electric on this Pharah, getting some really, really nice picks there, able to turn the fight back around for the side of Los Beefers. And what looked like a very winnable fight there for Rogue Dragon just kind of falls apart as they get sloppy near the end of it. Now, if we look at the ult economy, Karma getting very close to that EMP. Gonna have to hit a big one if they want to secure this for their team. No other really, really big ults online. They are getting close to Solar's Nano. So I would assume that they're going to farm that and then go for an EMP Nano Monkey.
Yeah, and Ravage jumps in here, but gets knocked back by the ball. Goes back in once again and pops the Primal Rage. Here comes the EMP, catches one, but not able to capitalize on that because the Immortality is there, as well as the peel by the supports to keep Harambe up with that Flux. The Ravage does knock Halo off the map. Here comes
Solar with a nice sleep. That's actually going to get him in the well, too. Not only does that cancel the Flux, but it gets a free kill. Unfortunately, no Nano Charge available for Solar since they still had that ultimate up. But still a very nice play there from the Flux support of Rogue Dragons, and now they've established a foothold here. Unfortunately, though, not looking too great in the ult economy. Taylor's going to have this Bob, which is really effective on this map. They're going to have to be aware of it getting slept or hacked, though, and Makey is coming up on that window.
Yeah, they used Rogue Dragons used a lot to get this point flip here. Kind of had to with it, 90%, and looks like Beavers get the hook onto Karma to start this engagement here, but it looks like Taylor is traded out by Ravage. Doesn't look like they're going to go for the res, and Ravage is coming back. Raph pops the Deadeye just to reload, apparently. And Ravage is able to get Mankey and some extra, and it looks like the rally is going to be enough to fortify this fight win for them.
Yeah, Wamps is going to go in for the tactical reset now, and now we see Beavers in a bit of a worse situation. The composition we're seeing from Rogue Dragons is much better now that they have the Tracer instead of the Sombra. I think it works much, much better. And I think Karma's going to be able to wreak havoc in the backline now of these Beefers. A lot of ultimates still available for the Beefers, though, so they can use these effectively. They should be able to secure this fight and map.
And the Bob comes out from Talo. Ravage goes into the backline of the Beefers, but they kind of just run away from him. The Barrage comes out, and it catches 3! Blue Jay does give his life for it, but that is a good trade in for the Beefers. Ravage pops a Primal Rage to stall here. It's just him and Raph left on the point.
Anyone touch?
I missed. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone is able to touch.
Wow. Well, 3 members still alive there, but I think it just came down to Beefers doing a really good job using their ultimates and their abilities to make sure there was no touch that came through from Rogue Dragons, and that was a pretty handed win for the side of those Beefers. Here we can see the nice plays from that Pharah in the sky. Nice Nice job by Blue Jay this entire map. Even on first point, was doing great work on the Echo. Seems to enjoy these aerial DPS quite a bit. And right now, Los Beefers up 1-0 in this series.
Exactly. Blue Jay was doing a lot of work in the air there, and the Rogue Dragons were not able to shut him down. He was getting consistent kills every engagement, let Beefers secure the victory here.
Yes, absolutely. And now we will, let's discuss a little bit about what we saw here. Rogue Dragons, obviously a very brawl-heavy team, and the composition we're seeing from Beefers, very, very adept at beating that brawl composition. Brawl is it's a comp that wants to not be distracted, doesn't want to have to deal with flanks and off angles as much. It just wants to run at things, right? It doesn't want to, fight 3 different battles at once. And that's exactly what the rock and roll composition makes you do. With that ball and that Sigma, you're forced to play against so many off-angling DPS and the Sigma and the ball. You just have so many threats to worry about. It becomes very challenging to get onto a target because of how they play, right? The Sigma is going to play in a spot that he can't easily be sped on. The DPS are going to take off angles. They're going to be survivable. They have abilities that allow them to stay alive very long. And it just makes it really hard for Brawl to get value against that composition. And I think we saw Rogue Dragons make a nice pick there, going to that dive composition to try to get on to the Sigma a little bit easier. But unfortunately, I think it was just a little bit too late. Los Beefers able to make the adjustment, and now we are going to be headed to Gibraltar, which I think is a very good map choice from Rogue Dragons for the same reasons I just mentioned. It doesn't allow them to run that composition as well. They can run the dive composition. They won't be forced to run that brawl here, and I think we could see a much different look here from Rogue.
Yeah, exactly. Look, they came out with that strong brawl comp, but Beefers kind of forced them off it at the end. And with Gibraltar coming up, definitely going to see some compositional changes here on this map.
For sure. Doesn't look like we have any subs on either team. Also, I wonder here. It is, of course, going to be Gibraltar. I think we might be treated to that ball Winston dive that Los Beefers is so well known for. That seems to be their signature back in stage 1. And I believe they have continued to run it even into stage 2. So I'm excited to see if they will pull it out. Obviously, it's one of my favorite compositions. It's a very interesting and I think underutilized composition just because it's very challenging to run. You have to coordinate your dives very, very well. And if you can, it's a lot of damage really quick, and a lot of teams can't deal with it. But if you don't play it very effectively and you aren't coordinated, you end up not being able to combo all that damage at once. And what it leads to is your Winston's just going to get blown up really easily when he engages. So we'll get to see if Beefers will even pull that out here as we get into this map.
Yeah, we're loading into the map here now, so we'll see pretty shortly what they decide to run. Definitely going to be interesting picks coming out here.
All right, as our compositions unlock here, we'll get treated to it. And yes, we will see the ball Winston dive here from Los Beefers on defense. They will also be sporting the same DPS line that they had on Ruins, that Echo Ash that I think is very, very solid. The Mercy is going to be there to damage boost both those DPS, and they will be switching out the BAP for an Ana, which I think is a much better pick, especially for this map where the nades and the high ground is so important. On the side of Rogue Dragons, it looks like they will be opting for a dive of their own, or maybe not. I guess we still have 16 seconds left. I hope they don't run out on this, but I guess we never know.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see if these are just spawn compositions. Probably going to see a couple changes in a few seconds here. And there we go. Looks like back to double bubble.
Yeah, and what they're going to do here is they're actually going to teleport across to the other side of the high ground. Oh, everyone going very low there. Blue Jay getting a nice damage boost on those stickies, getting a lot of damage through. And yeah, no, they're just going to take this catwalk and try to fight there, but Harambe is going to find Ravage early.
Yeah, Ravage went up without the rest of the team, and Beefers were able to get the pick there. Now they are pushing the cart though. The Tracer is not getting contested there. A little bit of contest from the Echo as the ball comes in. Big nade sends him away though. And Mankey finds the kill onto Karma. Should open things up here as the Beefers look to repel this assault from the Rogue Dragons. And Taylor finds Ravage. But And that's a big anti here. Let's see if they. Looks like the ball's coming in to capitalize, but gets pushed away by the McCree flashbang. Very good job avoiding that. And the
It's a very weird fight.
Yeah, the tanks from Beefers are just cycling in, coming out for healing. The other one goes in, and the DPS are just finding picks in the meantime.
Yeah, they have unfortunately given quite a bit of space now to their opponents. They are going to have control of that gray box. Wrath going to pop that Jedi and find his counterpart in the Ash. His Scan counterpart, I should say. But that's just going to get res right back up. We're back to an even fight. The card has moved quite a bit.
Yeah, they are able to get a lot of card progress here as the Beavers back up to get the res, but the tanks going in once again. They have everybody split off. There is a member on almost every part of the map here, but Karma able to find support. Blue Jay trades it out, and kills are just going back and forth here. It's back to a 4v4, but they're pushing the carts, and looks like they are starting to get a hold on this fight. The Bob comes in from Talo. It is contesting that cart and keeping them from getting any progress. Just when you think the Beavers are out of it, they pull back and recontest once again, but the Dragons are able to cap the point anyways.
Yeah, Rogue Dragons doing a really nice job playing for their resources and using them much better than the side of Los Beefers. They had the same amount of resources, but the Nano just used more effectively. Ravage able to find some really nice picks with it, and that's going to be the first point cap here for Rogue Dragons.
Yeah, and looks like the tanks are not taking any chance here. They are going straight in on the Dragons as they try to set up in this mega room here. Grab comes out, and it is a good one. It finds 4, and the Dragons are going to continue to push this cart here on B.
I don't think I've ever seen a grab in that part of the map before. That is a very weird spot for that many members of Los Beavers to be in. But Womps there, recognizing that they can win off the grab and just hit the nasty one. That's going to be a clean fight win here for the side of Rogue Dragons.
And mines come out on point. Raph props the Deadeye once again just to zone people off. The bubble keeps Harambe safe, and he dives in. But Firepads did get caught by that. He does get the res. We're back to an even fight here as the Nano comes out from the side of Dragons. Harambe going dangerously though, but he has the Primal Rage. He's able to keep himself alive and in this fight. And once again, the teams are just completely split apart here. They are converging on the point once again now as it does approach the end of point B. And 2 supports down, 1 for each side. Taylor now falling, giving Rogue Dragons the slight advantage in this fight. But and Karma kills Spork before the res can get off, and then the cap comes in. And it just looks like cleanup here for the Rogue Dragons.
Yeah, Rogue doing a really nice job of answering this Bowinston composition. Harambe now going to be over on to that Sigma that we saw earlier. So they're back on to what they were running on Control. Going to try to go back to what was working for them. But it's going to be a lot harder on this map. There's not as much areas they can play, not as many angles they can take. And I think the double bubble composition of Rogue Dragons, with all the resources and ults they have, is just going to be a little bit too much for them to handle.
And we thought they were going to be on the Sigma again, but they did switch to, I guess, not a double bubble, but a single bubble. But still similar concepts with the dive, but it looks like Rogue Dragons is just going to march this payload in. They get the 2 kills on the tank line there. Sport gets off the res on Harambe, but does trade it out with the death to the pulse bomb. Taylor answering there with a couple of kills of his own. 3 now to even things up. Looks like the Raph pops the Deadeye in the back, does take out Taylor. Mines on point from Firebats, and Karma does get Blue Jay. Harambe finds the kill onto Raph, but it looks like Beefers are able to push them off of the point for now.
Yeah, they will be able to re-engage this very, very quickly. The mines are on point, but they're kind of just getting ignored right now. But Ravage is actually going to jump right into them. Not really sure what he was thinking there, but it did not go the way he had planned it, I assume. I assume that was not his intention to die there. But yeah, now we're going to see control of this map go back to Los Beefers. They've got a foothold, but they're on a very weird comp now with this Ball Zarya Reaper now. Reaper, not a very good pick on 12 there.
Yeah, it could just be to take out the monkey. The grab comes in, the pulse bomb connects with Harambe, and now the Primal Rage comes out from the side of Dragons, trying to put the bat back into the spawn room. He goes up onto the ledge and pops the window, but Raph finds the kill on the Blue Jay. Mankey with the melee kill on the monkey. On the Dragons pop the rally. They're still looking to engage here. They do get the 2 kills. And it's just the Mercy boosted Echo on the point now. Echo falls. This is the Mercy, but the ball comes into the last second stall. Here comes the Lucio. Raph pops the Deadeye once again to try and push him off point. Doesn't find the kill. They do get him and the returning Rhine. Reaper back on the point now. He's close to that Blossom. And both the Blossom and the Mines come out here. Kills starting to go both ways, and it looks like the spawn advantage may be enough to get Beefers this last second hold on C.
Yeah, very nice job there of stalling that point out. You know, stall situations obviously don't always go the way of the team that's stalling. It is in favor of the attackers initially, but able to stall it out long enough, and Firebats is able to get back there with the Mines. The Mines are just absolutely huge. Forces the composition from Rogue Dragons to split up on the point, and it just allows for some free picks left and right, and they're going to be able to take back control of the point.
Yeah, and Rogue Dragons coming in here, and the ball from Beefers is kind of in the coming back here. They did have a 6v5. I thought they were going to push that, but looks like Firebats is able to get back just in time to make this an even fight. And Karma does take out Taylor, though, so it looks like an opening here as the Nano comes onto the Brig from the Rogue Dragons. 3 down on their side now. The Primal comes out. Once again, the Deadeye from Raph able to zone them off the point, and he gets 2, and they're able to full cap here in overtime.
Yeah, they definitely had control of the map for the most part there, but a good last point there from Los Beefers is going to be able to whittle some time off the bank. It will be capped with no time remaining, so you know, it doesn't work the same way as Hybrid or 2CP. You know, if all 3 points are capped, there will still be extra innings on this map, but still, you're giving yourself a nice win condition here. All you have to do is stop the card at some point on the map, and you're able to take this one home. So Rogue Dragons giving themselves a nice way to get back into this series.
And conversely for the Beefers, though, they know that if they can full cap, then they are still very in this match, because then it would be at the worst a tie situation going into that 3rd round if they are able to full cap here.
Yeah, no, that is definitely something important to note as well. Going to be interesting to see how they do this. They will be back onto the furry dive, as it were, for this attack, which I like. I think it is a better composition for attack, just because the nature of the composition relies on, you know, a lot of damage really fast instead of like holding space like a traditional composition. So I think we will see them have a little bit more success on it. If not, though, I would expect to see Harambe switch over to something like a Diva or something, just to make it a little bit easier for them. Firebats, I will say, has been absolutely exceptional on this ball. Was an all-star this season, and for good reason, too. He's very, very good at that character, and that's one of the reasons why we see Los Beefers run it every game.
Yeah, exactly. And he did ring for us on the Team Hawk to get us the win against the admin team, so very familiar with his play here. And looks like he is already in the back line. Looks like did get the stun there by Raph, but the tanks are going in. They both get anti to Harambe, and neither of them are able to get out, actually. Looks like back to spawn for the Beefers for now.
Yeah, Solar there with a really nice anti. I like this aggressive positioning we're seeing right now from the side of Rogue Dragons. Solar and Persona on this gray box. They will not go back to the blue box, but still, it gives them... It's very aggressive, and it does put them in a vulnerable position, but if they can get the value with their resources, get those antis, it can be very, very effective. And Solar there, just going to solo down support from long range. Very, very effective play out of this one support.
Sport does go down. The tanks are looking to... they were engaging a bit. They dropped down to point, looking to push it through the car wash here. And Firebats did switch over to the Hog there, so we don't have the ball on the field anymore. Blue Jay doing a lot of work up top with those bomb sticky mines, but not able to follow up on that as they back off and get healed back up. Looks like the cart stalled a little bit here. But Rogue Dragon's giving a little bit of space. Firebats goes on the flank, gets the hook, but not able to get the kill right away. They are able to get Hoomst, but does get traded out for his own life.
Yeah, I'm really not liking what we're seeing right now from Beefers. They're spending too much time on this low ground. They need to be on this high ground, making sure that they can't get flanked there from the Tracer, from the Winston, from the Kree. And now his resources come out from both sides. It looks like Rogue is still taking firm control of this match as Karma picks up 2 below the bridge.
Yeah, the Nano came out onto Harambe, but it was completely zoned off by Raph's Deadeye, and they were able to find 2 on the back of that in order to push Beefers back a bit here.
Yeah, I like now that we are seeing them on this high ground, though. This is where I want to see them. They need to clear it. They need to get these players off of high ground if they want to be able to push this one effectively. They will pop a lot of ults here, and they will start off with some good picks, so I think they will be able to have some success in this fight.
Yeah, Taylor got the early pick here, and then got the Bob out onto the point to push a little bit as they get a few more picks. Karma does trade out for Blue Jay with that Pulse Bomb, and he gets the melee kill onto Taylor, so no DPS on the point right now for the Beefers. Rally comes out from the Rogue Dragons, but it doesn't matter. They are not able to touch, and Beefers are able to cap point A. But it looks like the Dragons are not happy about that because they are continuing to push on the Beefers as they come out of the spawn here and are able to not quite get the team kill, but wipe out everyone who was on points.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check Karma's final blow stats from this game because it feels like he's getting every single one right now for the side of Rogue Dragons. Just really effective on this Tracer. Was also an All-Star, at least played in the All-Star game. I think they were actually filling for someone, but still a very, very deserving player. And there we see another one. That's absolutely crazy. The dude's just having his way right now with the Beefers.
Rav comes in. Looks like it did just get Sport, who does go down to it.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Winston.
Echo copies the Winston, dives in, gets slept immediately, but is able to get the Primal Rage off. Meanwhile, Raph kills Mankey, and it looks like the Dragons are able to get the kills here, even with the Primal copy pushing the entire backline almost to their own point B spawn.
Yeah, Rogue Dragons right now is just in firm control of this. This is such a good choke to hold with the dive composition. You can just stuff these doors really hard, and no matter where Los Beefers tries to come from, they just get collapsed on. And now it actually, we're going to see them get let through, but the Nano Monkey comes out.
Nano Monkey in the front and the Deadeye in the back. And the Deadeye does catch Firebats as Mankey goes down to Karma. Karma once again making his presence felt as he is all over this back line here and the front line and everywhere else the Beefers try to go.
Yeah, I'm really hating this composition we see right now from the Beefers is absolutely terrible. I mean, Reaper Tor, this is such a reactive composition. Basically what they're trying to do is they're just going to try to blow up anyone who tries to engage on them. But right now the positional advantage is so good for Rogue Dragons that it doesn't even matter. They're still able to get in and out and get the kills.
We say that, and then they are able to get the Monkey and the Karma as they engage on them there, coming out of the point. Now they are back on that cart, pushing it as the Rogue Dragons look to back off and recontest once they're back at 6. The Monkey comes in with the Primal Rage. Oh, and they pull up and get the hook and kill on Raph. Sleep comes in on Harambe. And the Rally comes in as they go onto point, but immediately taken out by Harambe. So that Rally is already off the field. Taylor and Firebats getting a couple kills there to push Beefers over the point B.
Yeah, now Beefers has their work cut out for them. Got 2 minutes left on the clock, and they need to find a way to cap this point. They've got some ultimates, but they're not very like proactive ultimates. You can't really use these very aggressively. You have to wait until you're engaged on. You have to wait until they're in your face to get value out of them.
But Firebats does get the kill on the Karma there, and that is the goal sign. He pops the whole hog, pushes Rogue Dragons all the way back to their spawn. The rest of the team is coming up here, but we've got the Electric Cowboy on the field. Looks to push them back as they are fighting on the point. Blue Jay pops the the Reaper ult, but gets immediately killed by Raph. No value found there. The Primal Rage comes out from Ravage as they look to capitalize on the ante on Harambe, and it does get the kill. Beaver is still hanging around though. Looks like they are trying to maybe get another pick, but it looks like they are pulling back to regroup.
Yeah, Road Dragon's doing a really nice job just giving space there and being able to retake it. Once the resources are burned here, Talos got this Torb ultimate here, and they're going to have to find good use for it. Going to be hard there with Womps, though, able to eat it all.
Oh, the bomb comes in and finds 3. Raph gets another kill on the back of it, and sending Beavers back to the spawn with less than a minute remaining.
Yeah, and that's a really, really nice fight win there. Don't have to use any of their other ults, just that Diva Bomb. And now they've got 4 in the tank ready for what could be the final fight here on Gibraltar. And, you know, there are a lot of ults available for Beefers, but they have not been very proactive with them. Like I said, the nature of these ultimates is not one to be aggressive with against the composition Rogue is running, and it's making it really hard for them to get in and out of these fights.
Firebats did get the hook onto Hooms and get the kill on the Diva. The Raph answers with the 2K on the Deadeye. The rally does come in by Spork, but it looks like it's not enough. Harambe and Spork fall, and the Beavers are sent back to spawn once again with only a few seconds left in this match here.
Yeah, and Makey gets killed there with 15 seconds left, which means they will not have a full 6-4 this last fight. They're going to have to pop ultimates if they want to get back in time, and that's really big. Makey has that nano. Blue Jay is going to get the touch, and there will be members there, but the Torbolt is just going to get completely negated there from Womps. This fight is already going heavily in favor of Rogue Dragons.
Yeah, Taylor falls as the fight starts going out here. The nano goes onto the Reaper. He does push back the Diva and pops the Blossom there, but no kills. The entirety of Rogue Dragons pulled back away from that. Raph pops the Deadeye, does find Mankey, so now that is a lot less healing coming out from the side of Beefers. Sport goes down, so now there's no healing. Blue Jay follows. Firebats goes next, and there is Harambe, and nobody else can touch.
Excellent readjustment on this match from Rogue Dragons, and they will be able to even the series out at 1-1. Some really nice plays from everyone on the team. I'm going to have to highlight Solar doing a really, really nice job in that backline of staying alive and just giving his team all the resources they need to survive, to be able to win these fights. Some nice antis here and there, and just like sleeps every fight is what it feels like. So got to commend him for that. Very nice plays. And yeah, I look forward to seeing how this team will pull together as we get into the later stages of this match.
Yeah, Karma doing a lot of work there. 50 eliminations, 64% kill participation. Forced the entirety of Beefers to try and to adapt to shut them down. Not just put them in such a bad compositional advantage going into C that they were not able to really do anything once they capped point B.
Yeah, and definitely an interesting match here. Both these teams showing up, showing out. It's very close on both sides, and you guys are not going to want to miss the rest of this game. We will have to throw it to a very short break, a little bit of halftime break, but do not go anywhere. You will not want to miss the end of this one.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. The gain's an angel, I lost a friend, I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood, felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone, I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder, 'cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Los Beefers to Be versus Rogue Dragons. We left off on Gibraltar, where Rogue Dragons evened up the series at 1-1, and now we will be going to Beefers' map pick of Kings Row, and this one is going to be a very electric map. While it is Beefers' map pick, we've talked a lot about how Rogue Dragons' best comp is that brawl composition, which is very heavily favored here on Kings Row. So I'm really excited to see how this match plays out now that we are going to a map that both teams seem to like a lot.
Yeah, I expect Rogue Dragons to come out with the same brawl they ran against us last week. That May McCree and Beaver. It's gonna be interesting to see if Beefers come out with a brawl of their own, or if they continue to run those ball comps to look for the disruption.
Yeah, we will have to see how this one goes. Obviously, our comps are not completely, revealed yet. Gonna have to wait 10 more seconds, but I would expect this to be a brawl from both sides. Even though Beefers don't tend to run it very much, I can't really see them trying to run anything else here. But it looks like they will be on to that rock and roll composition that we saw them run quite a bit more. This ball Sigma seems to be something they really, really like right now. And I think it is okay on this map, but I definitely think the brawl is much better. And I think they will struggle because there aren't as many angles they can play and many places they can run away from this brawl comp that the brawl comp can't chase them.
Yeah, definitely not the strongest compositional choice on this map, but it did work out for them very well on map 1, so probably going to look to try and replicate those results, but possibly the map geometry not going to allow that. And it looks like Rogue Dragons doing some more fancy spawn work, see if that holds here. But nope, it is back to the brawl with the Sombra this time, instead of the May that I expected them to run.
I like this, though. The composition they're running into, the May is not very good. The May is really good against another brawl comp, or even a double shield comp, but it's not very good against this comp. And so I'm really liking seeing the Sombra, which can flank, get some off-angle presence, farm up an EMP that can be really devastating against this comp, and that can counter the ball.
Yeah, it is a very good adjustment as Rogue Dragons moves into this inside part here. They're chasing the main bulk of the Beefers around, but it looks like Taylor able to get the off-angle kill onto Persona. They're chasing the bulk of Beefers, but Firebats is just pushing them from behind as Taylor gets those off-angle kills, and Beefers were able to do it just like they did on Ilios.
Yeah, they literally just ran away from the brawl composition, and the brawl comp wasn't able to chase them fast enough. Even with Firebats rolling through them toward his own team, just not going to be enough there. And so we're going to have to see a readjustment come out here from Rogue Dragons as they look to engage on this point again.
Yeah, they had not only the ball in their backline pushing them towards the enemy, but also the Lucian speed boost, and they still weren't able to catch up to Beefers as they rotated away and were able to whittle them down as they came.
Yeah, it looks like now they're going for the high ground once more. The Beaver seems very, very ready for it, ready to run away, ready to get away from their opponents. Firebat's going to be in with a dive, but it's not really going to get a lot for them. And here comes the speed boost. The fight's going to break out.
Yeah, a little bit of the same thing here, except they baited Firebat's first engagement, which allowed them to get in without too much disruption from that ball. Then they continue to push through and get the back line of Beefers, so there's no healing anymore, but Beefers answer back with some early ultimates and take this fight despite losing their backline right as the fight started.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a great job by Harambe, recognizing that the fight is not lost. Their win condition is still intact, and they are able to pop that Flux and win it only off of that ult. 5 more ults available right now for Beefers, and this next fight is just going to be ult mania. Both these teams sporting the majority of their ults here, and this is just going to be who can press the Q button more effectively.
Yeah, 9.5 ults on the board. There's definitely going to be a lot of fireworks coming into this fight. Rogue Dragon setting up in that stairway once again. They get the push on without Firebat's disruption again. The Toy Bolt comes out, does get Solaire, but it is traded out by Raph. The mines get Raph, and it's back and forth kills as everybody is pressing their Q buttons. But it looks like Beefers are able to weather the storm and get another fight win.
And something that's important to note there is they did not have to use their defensive ult to win that fight. So now they have a pretty much free defensive ult that they can just use to win, right? They don't really have to save it for any ultimates coming online for their opponents. They can pretty much just use it to take in a really aggressive fight or to live through a good rotation from their opponents. And that's going to allow them to basically win this fight a lot easier.
Rogue Dragon's giving up on the high ground for now and just standing on point, realizing that Beefers are not contesting it too much. The contest comes in from the ball and the Stigma, and they are able to get Karma, but traded out by Firebats and Blue Jay. The bomb does catch Mankey, but Hooms does trade his life for it. But Rogue Dragons are setting up on the point here and able to push everybody off and are starting to get the kills and win this fight out.
Sport there with a very unlucky decision decides to use the Transcendence to survive the Diva Bomb so that he doesn't have to take cover. But in reality, all that he did was, I mean, the Trans wasn't near his team, so the bomb, even though it got negated by Mankey's eye field, it was still enough damage that allowed Rogue Dragons to finish off the picks. And that Trans needed to be on his teammates if they were going to use it then, so that he could save them from the follow-up damage after the eye field broke, and it wasn't there. Unfortunately, the Transcendence goes away. And yeah, now these picks just coming through for Rogue Dragons. They're pushed up, taking a lot of space, making sure this rock and roll comp does not get set up.
Yeah, the Rogue Dragons were pushing up, and Beavers just weren't backing off there. Blue Jay was caught out on the high ground there, and Firebats was just rolling around. He got caught out a little earlier. He's back now, hovering above the point. And here comes the Bob from the side of Beavers. The Ryan Shatter comes out, does catch a lot, but he is traded out. And the Bob does fall, so the point is able to move forward here. But without the Rhyme, looks like Rogue Dragons are going to be backing off and resetting, or maybe just a soft reset here as the ball continues to harass the back line. Ravage back in the fight now here, so both sides even. The beat comes out from Persona as they look to aggress off of it, and they are able to catch Halo out. Mines come on point. The Flux and the Deadeye come out. Looks like neither of them found anyone, but Raph is able to find Harambe. Firebat's back slams on the point. Smoke does find the kill on the Karma, and the Turbo gets interrupted. There's a lot of that damage on the point now, but looks like they are able to find a couple kills here. Just the Lucio, and he does not survive in the lava.
I like that trends a lot there from Spork. It might not have been completely necessary, but there's nothing really that he needs to save it for on the side. If you look at the ults, I guess, from the Brawl composition, none of those ults are really something that a defensive ult can negate very well. So using that Transcendence just to make sure you don't lose that point, I think is a very, very good decision, and it allows them to win that fight. Also, really nice pick on the treasure in the backline. That was always something you like to see.
Raph does get the pick on the Taylor to start this last fight on B here. Window comes down from the side of Beefers, and they are able to get Ravage, but the backline does fall as they engage. Harambe goes next. The ball slams on the point, but it looks like it's just him stalling there. Just a matter of time before Rogue Dragons are able to capture this point.
Yeah, it's definitely going to go their way here. Now we get to see a point that the rock and roll is very poor on. I think it is still okay on that second point. While it is a linear point, there is a lot of high ground the ball can use to engage. But on this point, it is a very linear, very not vertical point. And there's only one high ground the ball can really play, and even that is not very effective. So I think we're really going to see this comp struggle against the Brawl from Rogue Dragons.
Yeah, and Deadeye comes out as they push forward, finds Mankey. Now Beepers are retreating back to their spawn, looking to probably come back here with 6 as the Rogue Dragons are essentially touching the spawn doors here. Firebats does...
Nope.
Oh, Firebats did roll into point to stop it for a little bit, but it looks like he's going back to support his team. He comes out from Persona. Window comes down. They're putting everything into this fight here. Flux comes out from the side of Beefers, doesn't find anybody. Sport gets the melee kill onto the unmech Diva. Looks like Beefers are going to be able to weather this ult fest here and come out on the other side.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, actually. You know, the Rogue Dragons, as I was saying, smelled donuts in their enemy spawn and wanted to go take a bite, but unfortunately getting a little bit ahead of themselves and not able to cap the point out. And now it will be down to a final fight scenario. If this map does get finished, it will be with 0 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and the Diva comes in, does push them off the high ground here. Torb ult comes out onto the point. And it does catch Ravage out with the additional damage from the rest of the team. Diva gets D-maxed. They're still pushing the point a little bit. Beefers are sort of giving them some space. But here comes the support ults from the Beefers, and they are able to capitalize on that, get the kills. Just a Lucio on point now. But with that turret right there, no matter how well you wall ride, that turret's going to find you.
Yeah, and that is a really nice adjustment there from the strange composition we're seeing from Beefers right now. I mean, this is a very unorthodox composition with the Torb Ash and the Sigma Ball, but they're making it work. And I really like to see this, right? This is what makes Beefers one of the most interesting teams in Owlet Season 4, is they just run the stupidest compositions, but they know exactly how to run them. And it makes them a really difficult and challenging opponent. And it also makes them just very, very fun to cast. Because we always see a different look from them. We always see some weird comps from them. And even so, it's not like they're getting run over by running what most teams would consider to be throw picks. They find the value on their characters, and it makes them such a flexible team.
Yeah, definitely reminiscent of Chengdu or Clockwork Vendetta. Just playing what they're best at, regardless of what is meta at the time.
Absolutely here, and now we will be seeing the Mei come out on the defense from Kamra. They will be done with the strange composition of that Kree Sombra. No more counter pick coming out from them. They're going to try to use the positional advantage to their advantage. Then Mei is much better on defense because it's much easier for her to get a wall off on defense because there are set positions at which the wall is good, right? It's not as much about when you're on attack. You need to find the wall just based on where the enemy is playing, right? You need to find a way to slot it between the tank and the rest of their team. But on defense, there's chokes, specific locations where that wall is going to find value, and you know that going in. So that is why Karma's on it for defense and not offense.
Yeah, it looks like a similar tank line here, but it looks like we have the Bastion turret play coming out, and they are up on that statue. Looks like they are able to catch the Diva, so they are down one Diva mech here. Ryan Shield about to break defensive wall here rather than looking for a pick, just to help them stabilize as the Beefers take point and get the first tick here on A. Looks like the ball comes in, does disrupt him a little bit. Looks mainly to keep that Diva from being remaxed. But a lot of healing coming out from the side of Rogue Dragons. Are able to get off that window, but doesn't matter because Ravage and Karma both go down. Blue Jay getting another kill on Solar. Persona falls. The mech comes back, but lost just as fast, and Sport gets the res on their only kill.
Yeah, that is a very nice fight there. The Statue Bastion, a kind of a troll composition, but it's very, very effective if your enemies aren't expecting it. And expecting it, they were not. They were not able to negate that teleporter before the Bastion got up there, and after that, it's pretty much just a done deal. That Sigma Shield on him, it just becomes so challenging to really get a fight in. And now what we're going to see here is they've got the teleporter set up on this high ground position, and they're just going to use it to secure a lot of point presence here. And what they're going to do afterwards, after they get some point capture, they're going to teleport into a different high ground and just get more. And they're basically just going to play leapfrog with this Bastion until they cap second point.
Yeah.
Or he's going to die.
The wall comes out as Halo dies, but the res is there. Mines come out, tank ults from the Bastion. The Diva mech goes down, as does the Diva. Flux catches the Reinhardt and the and Taylor gets another kill on Persona, and it looks like another easy win here, but they did use a lot of ultimates.
Yeah, they did have to use a lot, but they still have the Valkyrie and the window online here, and the window Bastion is so effective. And here we see it again. They're going to go on this high ground, and they're just going to window their Bastion, hopefully. And that's just going to produce a situation in which the side of Roku
Karma's behind him. He throws in the Blizzard and gets denied. The Blizzard does not come out. Taylor gets ravaged. The BAP is also lurking behind and gets caught out. It looks like it's going to be an easy point B for the Beavers.
Yeah, they didn't even need to invest the window, and now again we're just gonna see them. They're gonna teleport to a high ground, and they're gonna put the window on their Bastion, or at least that's what they should do. I would say, are they gonna go for the long window? They are. So they're actually gonna go like all the way into their opponent's spawn here with this Bastion, and I love to see this. The Brawl comp can't really do anything about this, and this is what makes this such a hard composition to beat. They need to switch comps if they want to have a chance at beating this Bastion.
Yeah, Hooms flies up there, but does sacrifice them. Mackin doesn't even get them dislodged. Taylor jumps out into the low ground by himself, gets shattered. Raph gets 2 picks there. Looks like they're going to be able to repel this Bastion and put up a little bit of resistance here instead of just getting fully ran over by it. And Rogue Dragons are sending them back to spawn. And we'll see if they stick on this Bastion comp or switch something up here.
Yeah, Persona there with a really nice loop onto that Bastion right as he's coming out of that turret form, and it just knocks him to the low ground. The Shadow there to follow up. Not going to let him have any room to breathe, and they're able to take out that Bastion composition. But we're going to see them stay on it, although Firebats is going to feed him.
Yeah, Firebats went in to dislodge him from the high ground. Maybe that's where they were planning to set up and sending him early to, get that position freed up so they don't get booped into the hole awaiting next to it. But he gets caught out. Looks like he does get back right away on that ball. It looks like they're going to continue to push in, but the wall comes out, or the window comes out from Solar, met by the wall of Blue Jay. Mines come up to dissuade them from actually being able to take advantage of that window. Baby Diva does get killed by the mines, but trades it out with the self-destruct on Blue Jay. Does get rezzed up though. It looks like they are continuing to push it. Beat comes in from the Rogue Dragons, and they push on the back of that. The charge kill takes out the Bastion, but the Flux comes in as well as the window. He came down out of the Flux with the Earth Shatter, but it doesn't matter. It looks like they are able to get the kills and continue pushing this card forward. Just the Hog and the Bab left here, and stall picks coming out from Rogue Dragons now as Raph does get the Deadeye on the side, catches 2 out, and it looks like they are going to push back Beefers once more.
Yeah, it is a nice fight win there for Rogue Dragons, but now with that card pushed up so far, all they need is one more fight to be able to win this. They got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to do it, so I definitely think Beefers is in firm control right now. All they need to do is win one fight, and with their crazy compositions and weird tactics, I think they can find a way to surprise Rogue Dragons and take this map home.
Matrix ready.
Yeah, they do finally switch off the Bastion though, back to the Ashe for Talo, and also the Reaper for Blue Jay off of that Symmetra. A couple ults coming out here from the Dragons. They do start with the window. Firebats just rolling through them and disrupting them, kind of keeping them from being able to get a lot of advantage from that. The Echo does clone the Reaper here. Mines come out on the point. Firebats does fall to that, and the Echo does get uncloaked and falls. Flux comes in from Beefers, and it's a Flux 9.
That is a really, really nice play there. A bit of a misplay from Rogue Dragons being so grouped up when they know Harambe's got that Flux. Obviously not a play we see too often just because teams have gotten really good at avoiding it, but Harambe there with a really nice Flux able to secure the fight and the map for his team.
Yeah, and we get to see the play of the game here is that Flux on their defense, I believe. No, their first point A, or yeah.
No, it was
that was the defense. That was the defense when they lost both of their supports, but he was able to come back with the Flux to win the 6v4.
Yeah, and definitely a much needed fight or map win, I should say, for Beefers. Obviously, all the map wins, you want to win them, but especially that one, not letting the momentum swing in favor of Rogue Dragons. Right now, this is just seesawing back and forth. Whoever's got the map pick seems to be able to win right now. So I'm curious to know what Rogue Dragons wants to go to for their next map here. Right now, they just went to the most brawl-heavy map in the game, and they couldn't find the way to make it work. They couldn't find a way to take down those Beefers on that map. And even though obviously it wasn't their map pick, it still is the pick that favors them the most. So I'm curious to know what they'll go to for our 2CP that they think gives them the best chance of getting back in this match.
And it looks like Hanamura is going to be the pick here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come out with. It looks like they're probably trying to shy away from somewhere where Brawl is going to be effective, because that ball comp is ruining their plans of Brawl so far.
Yeah, we mentioned Firebat's a very, very skilled ball player. It's just doing a great job of disrupting that brawl, making sure they can't just walk wherever they want, and he's always catching them in rotation, which allows his DPS to get so many good picks. It's just Los Beavers is running the ball to perfection right now, and I'm loving to watch it.
Yeah, it's a very entertaining and very effective, disrupting the entirety of Rogue Dragons brawl comp. They, you want on that brawl comp, you want to stay together, push as a team. But that ball is just splitting them up, and we've seen these team fights. Once that ball rolls in, the teams are getting scattered all over the map, and that's not how you want to play these brawl comps.
Yeah, definitely not. You do not want to split up as much as possible. And now we get to see them go. The Sonambur, I think, will. The brawl is okay on it, but I do think that the Sigma ball composition, especially on first point defense, is going to be so effective for Los Beavers. I think that ball can get a lot of good slams right in the middle of that choke. As soon as that brawl comp walks in, they're going to get slammed on. There's going to be that Sig on the high ground. There's going to be an Ash on another high ground, and it's just going to be so hard for Rogue Dragons to get in unscathed, get in without losing members. I think they're going to have a really hard time on this map.
Yeah, we may even see, the Pharaoh come out on the side of Beavers as well. Did a lot of work on that opening map, and it could potentially see it on Hanamura A as well.
Yeah, it looks like we will be throwing it to a very short break, but don't go anywhere. You will not want to miss the potential end of this game. Los Beavers up 2-1 on Rogue Dragons. Be sure you're here for when we get back.
Lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me from. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a very close match between Los Beefers to beat and Rogue Dragons. Right now, Los Beefers up 2-1 on Rogue Dragons. But the way this match has gone so far is each map has gone to the other team. Los Beefers obviously winning our first map of Ilios, then Rogue Dragons taking Gibraltar, and our last map was Kings Row, which Beefers won in very tight fashion. So now we're headed over to Rogue Dragons map pick of Hanamura, and I could not be more excited. Chinode, what do you think we're going to see on this map?
I think we're going to see a return of the Ilios comps from Beefers. Most likely the rock and roll, maybe the Pharah on defense. That's going to be interesting to see. What the DPS plays. For the side of Rogue Dragons, not exactly sure what they're going to come out with. Probably maybe a little bit of that double bubble again. But I don't expect to see the brawl that they were trying on the other maps, because that has not worked very well against this the ball comps from the Beavers so far.
Yeah, it is possible. We can't knock it out of the woods. The Symmetra strats on this map, obviously, I wouldn't say are the best strats, but I think every team at this point in Overwatch's history knows how to run the sim strats on this map. There are so many different places you can teleport to from the first choke that it's just like, it's always useful if you have a Symmetra. Even if it's not the best strat on the map, I definitely think there are teams that can get value out of it. So I don't think it's out of the woods for Rogue Dragons or even Los Beefers, since they like to run weird stuff as well, to run out here on their attack with that Symmetra. Obviously, Rogue Dragons going to be attacking first. So I'm excited to see what they decide to go with, as this is kind of a win-or-go-home situation for them. If they don't win this map, they're going to lose this series.
Yeah, like you said, match point for the Beefers here. But as we discussed, it has been going map pick. Whoever's picked the map has won. So maybe we'll see a map 5 coming up here shortly after Hanamura. But it's Beefers to lose here at this point. You're gonna have to see how Rogue Dragons responds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I could not be more excited. Hanamura is the only good 2CP map in the game, and you can quote me on that. I hate pretty much all 2CP maps. Anubis especially, I want it to just burn and die. I can't say I would rather have it banned than Horizon or Paris, but I definitely would like it to be banned as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with just the entire game mode being banned for the rest of Overwatch 1's history. They're removing it for Overwatch 2, so we might as well just be treated to such a nice development in the game's history right now. There's no reason for us to be playing 2CP maps anymore, except when they're Hanamura, because I think this map is just very interesting. I think it is a very fun and enjoyable map to play, and I know a lot of people will say that's kind of stupid, because it is one of the maps most known for those 2CP moments on second point, because of how close those spawns are to point B. I still find it to be a very well-designed map. I think it is very interesting. I think the meta on this map is always very interesting. It's always got a certain level of counter meta to it. This map is one of the only maps in Overwatch's history, even when there are really, really powerful metas like goats even, we see counter pick strategies play on this map quite often, and it makes it a very fun match to play on and cast, and I have a soft spot for it in my heart.
Yeah, I would agree. One thing that the devs did say is that if they had something in the works for Overwatch 2 that they could put in Overwatch 1, that they would do it. So maybe we'll see 2CP going away a little sooner. But it looks like Rogue Dragons come in here with the Symmetra. It's probably going to be a TP to the point. We got the Pharah coming in to disrupt them, but it looks like they are able to get the Rhine up there before the TP gets destroyed. They are able to catch so there as they come to support the Rhine. Firebats does give his life for it though, but Rogue Dragons taking a long way to the point and just eating a lot of the spam from the Pharah. But they are able to make their way onto the point without losing anybody else.
Their major point contest is gone right now. The ball is not back yet, so they don't really have anyone who can safely contest this point. And actually, a lot of progress now. Going to go the way of Rogue Dragons. The wall there is going to separate the members of Beefers. Firebats is in there with the slam. This fight can still go either way. There's the barrage, though. That gets the pick. He gets traded out. Trade's going both ways, but blue is dominating the kill feed now. And that is going to be a nice fight win here for the Beefers.
Yeah, the Pharah above just raining damage in, was able to build that early barrage. We did see the wall come out from Karma, and while it did keep the Beefers off the point, it also kept Solar, who was coming back from spawn, from healing them from the choke that he was shooting in from, which allowed Blue Jay to get that barrage off and take them out as they were low. The Rogue Dragons coming in once again. The ball comes in, doesn't slam. The teleport to spawn, or to the point once more, and the wall. Yeah, with the ball stuck behind them, the Pharah in the air, the wall keeps the only people that can touch off a point, and they get 2 quick kills as they try to rush on B here. They do lose their own Symmetra. It looks like they are going to pause a bit and wait for Raph to come back from spawn before they do push in. Otherwise, that could have been a massive snowball.
Yeah, that's a good job from... that's just a really nice play there from Dragons, being able to combo the Symmetra teleporter and that Mei wall. And now they will have the teleporter. They won't use it just yet. But look at all the ults they have on their team. They're going to have this wall. They're going to have this blizzard. They got the window out. Like, this is going to be so hard.
They put up the... Yeah, they put up the entire house, wall and window come out, mines come in to try and split them up here. Mankey does get the kill on the Karma, so it looks like Beefers are able to start pushing them off, and yeah, all of those cues come in, but it doesn't matter a whole lot when that ball just pushes you away from both of those housing units there. It makes them completely ineffective.
That was good. I really liked that. They put up the whole house, the wall, and the window. I'm definitely stealing that. I want you to know that. I'll pay you royalties if you want, but that one, that's mine now. I like that a lot. But yes,
right.
Very, very nice fight there from Los Beefers, able to recontest that with not a lot of ultimates used. They only used that Valkyrie and those mines, so they've got 4 more here, but they've got to find a way to deal with Karma's Blizzard and no defense.
A bunch of ults coming out once again from the Dragons, Flux and the Mei. Looks like Ravage is able to get the pin on the Sigma, but trades are starting to go both ways here. Lots of people falling on both sides. Beat comes out by the Dragons, but it looks like Beefers are still able to get the kills here. Just to line on the point here.
Blue Jays just been nuts on this far the entire series, and despite what looked like it was going to be a good fight from Rogue Dragons, just gets kind of, glanced sideways as Blue Jay gets back on that res and just dominates on the far, able to find a lot of final blows there for his team. And now, once again, we see, this is something I'm loving seeing from Los Beavers. Their ult rotations are so perfect. Look how many ults they still have. Like, they just aren't over-ulting at all. They use so little ults to win fights, and it just makes them so challenging because they always have the resources when they need them.
Yeah, Rogue Dragons has a lot of ults that are set for specific spaces. The window comes out once again. The mine's kind of blown up there by the shields and the immortality. And Blue Jay does find Solar as the immortality was used to keep them up through the mines. Harambe finds Hooms, and it looks like the Dragons are going back to spawn once again.
Yeah, and this is looking really, really tough for them right now. Honestly, with the ults they have right now, I would like to see a full comp switch. Or something that can deal with what they're seeing, because right now what they're running is not working for them. There's just too many angles that Los Beefers can hold. We need to see them try to set up on point. I would like to see them even try a double shield, something they can use to watch these flanks, watch these off angles, because the brawl right now is just not working for them at all. Yeah,
and they did have a lot of ults at one point, but all of their ults are like centered around like one set position on the map, and Beavers just have so much mobility that no matter what Rogue Dragon throws at them, they're just able to move out of the way. That time they are able to get the charge kill on Harambe and take Blue Jay out as he does pop that barrage for no value there. Earth Shatter and the Deadeye get popped. But it looks like Halo is able to answer back with a couple of these kills here. No healing on the side of the Beefers though, just the tanks and the Pharah. But it looks like they're able to take out Solar. That's a major piece of healing here. And they're able to repel this attack once again, despite losing both of their healers, just like on King's Row.
And that's what makes this rock and roll composition so difficult to dislodge. They have so much map control because of how they position, right? They can position all over the map, all over the point, and it just makes it, you kill one of us, you still got to deal with the other 5 because they're not grouped up at all. You only got 1 kill. You have to deal with other people, and they're on the other side of the point. The Brawl comp just can't do that. So even though they get these early picks, they just can't do enough in these fights to beat this rock and roll composition.
Yeah, they are just spamming from all across the map. Flux and Mines come out here, beat answered by Persona. Raph and Mankey both down for their respective sides. Window from Solar in the hallway here. Looks like just trying to use that to try and take out Blue Jay, but Blue Jay does find Persona, and then Solar. Meanwhile, on the point, D.Va is demeched. It's just Ravage and the baby D.Va left. Karma off on the side, trying to do what he can on the Tracer, but it's just him left. And it doesn't look like anybody else is going to be able to touch here. Maybe the Lucio coming in. He does get the touch. But Blue Jay's right there with the barrage to wipe out the last 2. We got the ball, and he is not able to keep the contest going.
All right, the win condition has been set for both teams. No point progress on point B. That's got to be the capstone for both these teams, B1st has to cap more than that. And, Rogue's got to stop them. So there are multiple ways they can do that. A first point hold or a draw here isn't the worst thing they could have. But definitely a draw would favor B1st since they still only need 1 map to win the series. Right now, though, the way B1st is playing, I don't have a lot of faith in Dragons. I don't think the Brawl is going to be very good. I just think it's going to be really hard for them to deal with this rock and roll composition. The rock and roll is kind of hard to run on attack here, simply because that first choke forces that team to group up. So that means that the Brawl comp that I'm expecting from Rogue Dragons is going to have to play that choke really, really aggressively and not allow any members from B1st through. But there are still ways for them to get through. They're going to have this Pharah. They're going to have this ball. Those guys can get through the choke fairly easily because they can take the other routes. But that Sigma, that Ashe, they're going to have to go through the front door. And, Ravage and the boys need to be there to stop them. But actually, Ravage is going to go onto the ball himself. So we're going to see a dueling rock and roll composition for both these teams.
Yeah, they were on like a Ryan Sigma double shield for a moment, but it looks like we may get the mirror here with Karma on the Tracer instead of the Pharah. And let's see if they're able to adapt to this comp that B1st has seemed to have perfected.
Yeah, I definitely think that this could go in the favor of Rogue Dragons, just because it is a composition I think they could be good at. Karma, a very talented Tracer player. If they can coordinate with the ball, this could be a really, really easy way for them to get back in the series.
On Raph with the early pick on Talo here, looks like it is going to be rezzed up. So that is the res used on the side of the Beavers. Well, it looks like they may have caught Boomstout here. He's going extremely low, and Blue Jay is able to catch him out. The ball is coming in to try and keep Beavers away, possibly for a res, but it looks like, as we say that, the ball and the DFR go in, get another pair of kills. It's just the Ashe and Mercy left for the Rogue Dragons here, but the ball does come in to stall at the last minute, but 2 ticks already for the Beavers. And it looks like they may be giving up first point right away here, but that said, the rest of the Rogue Dragons does come off spawn. Ravage does go down, so it is still B1st advantage, and there goes both DPS for the defense here. Just the Mercy and the Sigma left on the point. Mercy goes down to the two fire bats, and he gets the final kill to cap point A, and now it is draw or lose for the Dragons.
Yeah, and that is definitely not how they wanted that to go. Asserting dominance on this composition is B1st right now. With a complete mirror composition, it just goes completely in favor of the B1st, and now we're going to have to see the Rogue Dragons make the adjustment here. They've got some ults to work with, and they're going to have the positional advantage that comes with being on defense of this point. But we're seeing B1st take a very unorthodox approach here, and I really like this. These mines on the Ashe is going to force her to move, and she's not going to be able to use her abilities.
Yeah, the Ashe gets mined off. Dueling Bobs on the point as Solar and Blue Jay fall, but looks like it was Bob that does come out first. Almost a C9 here, but the ball is able to get back to the point. The Mercy goes down for both sides here. Mankey is also traded out. Looks like it is just a few members left of the Beefers here. Looks like Rogue Dragon is going to barely keep them off point long enough to reset their progress.
That's got to be like 33, or no, it's got to be like 32.9%. 33% is needed, and they got like just under what they needed. I was so sure that was going to be a C9 there, but luckily for the team, Ravage gets back there just in time to stall it out, and they're able to, save off this round of attack from the Beefers. But the Beefers still have 4 minutes to work with, and again, all they need is one fight win, and they'll be able to bring this series home.
Yeah, if anything, this mirror did give Ravage the speed on the ball to get back to the point. Otherwise, this would have been over. Here comes the Flux from Hoops, but he is one and he dies before he can get it off. Mercy tries for the res, but Harambe stuns him out of that. Transcendence on the point, but the Pharah is able to catch out Raph. Ravage gets the kill and is just dueling balls on the point here with a Zen on the off angle. Looks like lots of kills on both sides, but Rogue Dragons lives to fight another fight in this map.
Yeah, Stoller there with a really nice Transcendence. Obviously didn't save too many members, but it did save the ones that were needed, which were the people on point. If those people on point go down, then that fight is lost. And, you only need to stave off a little bit of aggression there in this composition. These fights can't take too long. And, good use of the Transcendence, able to stop the point gap. And now Rogue Dragon's back in control of the match.
Yeah, Hoom's able to get the early kill on Blue Jay here. Doesn't look like the Mercy is able to get the res. Looks like they're trying for it, but they are going to pull back and wait for that respawn. And Rogue Dragons with a very good positioning here. Going to be keeping them out of this choke. Mines come in on the tank line here. Oh, and it catches both of them!
Oh, that's gotta be it.
Spork hits the kill on Solar somehow in the backline. Firebats gets another kill on the Bob, and that is the match right there.
I mean, that is a bit of an upset there. Definitely not what we thought we would see, but it is something that I am happy to see. I think Beefers is a team I've wanted to see them be a top team for a while, and right now Rogue Dragons has put themselves in the conversation for a top team in this league. So seeing Beefers able to take them down is definitely something that I'm happy to see, and I cannot wait to see how this team progresses as we get into the later stages of Owlet Season 4.
Definitely. When these divisions were set, PT said they wanted, a division that was going to be challenging and, that could grow. And I think we're seeing that here because, Crusaders did beat PT. Rogue Dragons beat Crusaders, and now the Beefers have beaten Rogue Dragons. So we have got a lot of strong competition in this division going on right now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that I'm excited to watch here. And we are going to take a very short break here while we set up this interview. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have Firebats and Blue Jay in the booth right after this.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Los Beefers to Be versus Rogue Dragons. If you missed it, Los Beefers just took a 3-1 victory over the favored Rogue Dragons in this match, and I am joined in the booth now by Blue Jay and Firebats from Los Beefers. How are you guys doing tonight?
A little offended that anyone would have favored Rogue Dragons going into this matchup, but otherwise phenomenal.
Yeah, we're feeling good tonight.
Well, I do apologize. Rogue Dragons obviously is coming off of a very nice hot streak. They've just reformed their lineup. They've just done very well, and they've talked quite big about themselves. So I put my money on them. You guys did lose your last match, but obviously coming out and being able to take this one 3-0 in a pretty commanding fashion. I have to ask you, how does it feel to be able to take this one?
Feels pretty good. I feel like we played a game against Paradise Tempest just on Wednesday, so we didn't have exactly a ton of turnaround time here to think about this upcoming match against Rogue Dragons. We had never played them before. We knew that they were a good brawl team, and we knew we wanted to throw them out of their comfort zone as much as possible, and that was just about all the preparation we were actually able to do going into this match. So it feels good to have it, even with that little bit of thinking, pay off.
Yeah, no, I really like seeing the rock and roll Sigma ball come out of your guys' pockets there. I know you guys are known more for that furry dive, but I did like how you guys ran it. Firebats, you did an exceptional job tonight, and I have to ask, are you? I don't know this for sure, right? Are you kind of a one trick on that ball, or are you just really good at it for no reason?
It's actually a funny story because we're a school team. First semester or last semester that we played, we were actually a completely brawl team. Like we stuck to Rhymes Varia, and that was our thing. We also had our coach played with us for that semester, and he played Sombra, so we played a Sombra brawl. But this semester or this next semester, I picked up ball and I haven't looked back. I mean, I can play other heroes if we need it, but I think we just play to our strengths. That's kind of the team we are. Just kind of me on the ball. Sam's amazing on the Ashe. Gabe, Harambe, our Sigma player, he hit like the
Very
biggest
talented.
fluxes ever.
Oh my goodness.
We just play to our strengths, and that's kind of the team we are.
Yeah, we noticed that as the match was progressing, that definitely seemed like you guys were certainly sticking to the strengths rather than trying to adapt to what Rogue Dragons was throwing at you. It looked like you may have tried to do that in Gibraltar and it didn't pan out. Was that kind of the thinking going into the rest of the series?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Rogue Dragon. Where we felt like is like I said, we knew Rogue Dragons was an excellent brawl team, so we wanted to throw them off. So we felt like they were trying to adapt to deal with what we were throwing at them. I think on Gibraltar we did get a little bit like tilted. We did make some swaps that were in retrospect not the exact things we should have been playing. Yeah, it was not exactly what we should have been playing. But I think in general, after that, our coach QG Hop after that match or after that game was like, just reset. You're making them play to you guys. Don't play into what they're doing. Make them play into what you're doing. And I think that generally we did a really good job doing that over the course of this series.
I would have to agree to that. And I do obviously have one last question for you. This is a question I always like to ask at the end here. Obviously, you two were our players of the match. Blue Jay did an exceptional job on every character you played, especially that Pharah and Firebats. I mentioned it already. The ball, very, very nice from you. I couldn't stop talking about you guys all broadcast. But there are other members of your team as well. Is there anyone else on your roster that you feel like goes unnoticed and doesn't get appreciated enough that you want to shout out now that you've got this platform for it?
Halo doesn't die. Talo, I mean, if you look at the statistics for DPS players so far in Owlet, Talo has fairly low deaths per 10 among basically all of the DPS players in Owlet, and he just sits in the back and consistently puts out damage. He's very much our quiet carry, I think, on Beefers.
I would also say, like, we already talked about Sam and Gabe being amazing, but our support line, we can't do without them. I mean, we're so lucky to have Spork, Mankey, even Tambone, who rotates out with us every so often if we need subs. We couldn't do without them. They're our back line, and also our coach. So basically the whole team, the whole squad can't do it.
I
We're
see.
all team. Yeah.
Nice team effort. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here for this interview. You both played amazing tonight. Congrats on the win.
Thank you
so much. Thank you for casting and producing.
All right, and that is going to do it here for this week's broadcast of Owlet Tournament. We will have some more games this weekend, but for now, that wraps up Los Beefers versus Rogue Dragons. You got any closing thoughts for us, Chinote?
Just one. Bucks and 5.
Bucks and 5, yes, sir! I like to hear it. But yeah, that is going to close out the broadcast for us tonight. Thank you all for coming out and continuing to support the Owlet Tournament. We hope to see you back here next week. But for now, chill out. Enjoy the broadcast, and good luck in your ranked games tonight. We'll see you guys later.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned.